for joining us on this edition of National Focus. I'm Kerdisha St. Louis. Coming up, BAM funds to propel the agriculture sector in 2015, and Honorable Education Minister reiterates government's commitment to education sector. Stay tuned for details of these and other stories after this.
If you can believe this,
come by my house and let me show you some movies.
why can't you believe this? Some mothers don't believe their own children when they say they've been sexually abused, and they don't report it. Remember, if anyone asks to see or touch their private parts, touches them inappropriately, shows them or forces them to touch one's private parts, has sex with them, shows them pornographic material, or deliberately lets them hear or see the act of sex, then it is sexual abuse. Believe your child and report the sexual abuse. For more information about child abuse, contact these agencies. This message brought to you by UNICEF and this station.
Thanks for staying with us. The Honorable Minister for Education and Human Resource Development, Peter Seja, says government has made tremendous strides in the education sector during its previous term in office, and this term will be no different. In a recent interview with GIS News, he said that his ministry will continue to work relentlessly to provide high-quality education for all, taking into account government's achievements during the last 5 years, specifically the construction of the new Dominica State College. The Honorable Minister also provided an update on some of government's ongoing capital projects for the new term.
Work is well on stream at the Newtown Primary School. We had a few challenges with the project, but most of these challenges have been overcome and work continues. We anticipate that there has been a change in the completion date, but we anticipate work to be completed within the new time frame that has been established. In addition to that, I must also note here that in this new term in office, we are looking at commencement of works at the Kerdisha Primary School. In fact, we have already done the preliminary designs and estimates for Kerdisha. Work is ongoing at this time for a new school in Tibo. And of course, you will recall that we had some challenges at Tibo. So we will be doing a new school in the village of Tibo. We are also working on commencing work within the next 2 or so months on the Dominica, the final wing of the Dominica Grammar School, final phase of the Dominica Grammar School.
Also on the cards for 2015 is the construction of a new Goodwill Secondary School. The Honorable Minister indicated that currently in the works is the design and cost estimates for that institution. Meantime, Honorable Seja says government has not lost sight of the importance of the nation's human resource. Within the past year, there has been an upsurge in the number of Dominican youth acquiring a university education. He says the Dominica Labour Party administration will continue to pursue the vision of having 1 university graduate per household. The Honorable Minister says his ministry has made a major progress in that regard.
We have students across the globe, and of course, locally, the University of the West Indies, we were able to use the University of the West Indies programs to facilitate Dominicans, not just students at our secondary or at the state college who are moving to universities, but individuals within the public service. In fact, the government of Dominicus, the Ministry of Education, has expended just about $7 million assisting students, individuals across the country to attain that level of education. So we have seen a lot as far as human resource development is concerned.
Director of Agriculture Ricky Brumant is satisfied with the work of the Ministry of Agriculture in 2014 and looks forward to 2015 and beyond with optimism. He says because of the resources available under the Banana Accompanying Measures or BAM project, as well as funding and technical assistance from other agencies, the sector will receive a boost in several areas this year. One component under the BAM is the continued effort to manage the black Sikatoka disease on island. The disease has severely affected the banana and plantain subsectors. Bruman says, however, that the Ministry of Agriculture has been consistent in efforts to manage the disease.
We have done everything that we can do to ensure we will see the continued viability of the banana industry. We have the personnel that are knowledgeable on the disease. We have agencies, including international agencies who have assisted us in the management of black Sikatoka. We've had assistance from the Cubans, from the Martinicans, or Sierra, the French, really, from US, the US, University of Florida. We've had a number of people, the FAO, collaborating with us in the management of black Sikatoka. And again, it has been really a strategy that involves all man being on deck. And so all the key stakeholders in the industry have had to work towards the management of black Sikatoka.
Bruman explained that the key player in the containment of black Sikatoka is the farmer.
Fundamentally, though, the farmers play a very key role in the management of black Sikatoka. Fundamentally as well, persons who have abandoned plots have to play a very mindful role in the management of black Sikatoka. Even people with bananas in their backyards, and they leave it just for because it won't give them a bunch, maybe they leave it and they don't take care of it. These are things that we have to give consideration to. So it's the household, it's the housewife, it's the husband, it's the farmer, it's everybody who has to be part of the black Sikatoka management.
In response to criticisms leveled at the ministry regarding the management of the disease, the director explained that there are various measures and techniques that can be employed in the fight against black Sikatoka. He says the ministry will continue to engage farmers and is open to take on board workable solutions. Also under the BAM project, a number of feeder roads in highly productive areas around the country will be rehabilitated. Bruman spoke of other areas of support to agriculture under the BAM.
We have support to farmers as farmers' organization, because we believe there are crops that have significant advantage where production is concerned, where export is concerned, and we will be giving support to those farmers under the BAM to increase production and productivity moving forward. The components include also giving support to the youth, ensuring that they are supported in the ventures that they have. There's under the BAM support for agro-processors, because we know that depending on primary commodities is not necessarily the only answer to earning incomes in agriculture. We have also support to schools, support to the state college, support to 4-H, because they of course are the seeds, of course these young people are the seeds for the sector in the future, and sustainability is important.
A National Center of Testing and Excellence is expected to be operational in 2015. The center is housed at the Bureau of Standards, where they are currently in the process of procuring equipment for the facility. Technical Officer at the Bureau of Standards, Roland Roy, says the center will soon be fully functional.
We have tendered for the equipment because the facility, the structure is done. So basically we are in mode of equipping the facility. We have tendered, as I said, we received bids, and a company will be selected shortly in order to equip the facility. We've gotten support from the European Union under the Banana Accompanying Measures for that, and also from the CDF facility, who is also lending support in equipping the labs. Having all things equal, we should see the lab fully equipped during this year and functional.
The Bureau has identified persons to be trained to man the equipment at the facility.
With the equipment, you need the personnel to man the equipment. And we shortlisted them. We have already identified labs in the region and extra-regionally to have them build capacity. And CDF has also provided support to fund that.
The facility cost over $4 million, and the initial equipment will cost over $3 million. Erickson Robinson has been re-elected chairman of the Kerdisha Monrachet Village Council. Robinson and 7 other councillors were officially sworn in at the 17th inaugural meeting of the council on Wednesday.
3 years ago, we embarked on a program where we felt that this community required much representation and much development. And we came together as a team to ensure that we offer ourselves for service. And that, I can boldly say this afternoon, we have done.
Robinson said that in his previous term, the council's primary goal was self-sufficiency.
We use creative means and methods to raise resources. And we did not only depend on central government or the community to ensure that we as a council look at the social, economic, and of course the development aspects of Kerdisha and Monrachet.
Drainage, solid waste management, resurfacing of roads, settling village disputes, recommencing the village feast, supplying Christmas hampers to the elderly, and rehabilitation of the playing field were some of the matters addressed by the council. Plans for the new council include the Lagoon Bay Ravine rehabilitation, revitalization of Sunday afternoon sporting activities, elimination of pit latrines, and the reunion. The Honorable Minister for Social Services, Family and Gender Affairs, Catherine Daniel, reminded the council members of the sacrifice involved in their positions.
It's really my pleasure at this juncture to congratulate the incoming council and applaud all of you for offering yourselves to serve your communities. Let me remind you that serving others can be time-consuming and sacrificial. I hope you are prepared to make that kind of sacrifice for your community. I therefore call upon you to be focused and committed so as to achieve your objectives. And as outlined by your chairman, you have a whole host of things to do for your community, and if achieved, then you're on the right track. Incoming council, your inauguration is the first for the new year. I therefore encourage you to start your term with a positive attitude and let your council blaze a trail of sound practices and solid achievements that other councils around Dominica can emulate.
In her address, Acting Prime Minister Justina Charles commended the council members for their dedication to their community and revealed that the Local Government Authority Bill, aimed at adopting bylaws to help local governments, will soon be implemented.
I can say to you that I am reliably informed that the review and refining of the Local Government Authority Bill is completed and plans are in motion for consultation with Cabinet, as was already outlined by the Minister. And the level of enthusiasm that was demonstrated by the Minister, I can say to you, I can see that coming in the near future.
The ceremony was held at the Kerdisha Primary School and was attended by President of Dominica, His Excellency Charles A. Savre and Mrs. Savre, Honorable Kelva Daru, Honorable Reginald Austri, Honorable Rosalind Paul, Honorable Hector John, His Excellency Felix Gregoire, Dominica's ambassador to the OECS and CARICOM, as well as other dignitaries and members of the diplomatic corps. Presentations were made to Mrs. Savre, the Honorable Catherine Daniel, and the Honorable Justina Charles. And before we go, here are a few announcements. Private candidates registered to write the January 2015 CXC examinations are asked to collect their timetables from the local registrar's office during normal office hours. Please be guided accordingly. The Ministry of Justice, Immigration and National Security is giving notice that the High Court of Justice of the Commonwealth of Dominica will begin its sitting for the trial of criminal cases on Tuesday, the 13th day of January 2015 at 9 a.m. at the High Court, Bayfront, Roseau, with the arraignment of accused persons. The Comptroller of Inland Revenue Division informs all persons that the deadline for submitting requests for tax adjustments in respect of mortgage interest and student loans is Tuesday, January 13, 2014. Coming up, how to save money in 2015.
Dominica is blessed with an abundance of water, but getting it to your home is an expensive venture. You have a responsibility to conserve water, to use it wisely. Remember the old adage, you never miss the water till the well runs dry. Think water, think life.
The black Sikatuka fungus can survive on banana and plantain leaves even after they have been cut from the tree. Farmers and hucksters are encouraged to use alternate cushioning material when moving produce from farm to the market. Do not use banana and plantain leaves as cushioning. It is against the law to move banana and plantain trash from the field. Obey the law and stop the spread of black Sikatuka today.
Track any additional income carefully. Earning money outside a full-time job can complicate matters at tax time. Be sure to keep a careful record of all income earned as well as copies of receipts related to expenses. When it comes to writing off the home office as tax deduction, be sure to study the Inland Revenue rules, which specify that the space can't be used for other purposes. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Kerdisha. Thanks for watching.